Hello, beautiful people. Me and my friend the other day, we were talking about trust. And I told my friend that, hey, I heard this quote that says, trust no one. Do you believe in it? And my friend was like, yeah, sure. And I was like, yeah, I do believe in it. But I also believe that trust is the base for any type of relationships. I do think it is very crucial to have it, because without it, you don't want to get anxiety all the time, right? But also, I do believe that trust no one, because, you cannot trust anyone. Everything is possible in this world. And I started thinking, hey, if I cannot trust anyone, how am I supposed to build any type of relationships while also having a trust in those people? And the answer is pretty easy. Trust no one but yourself. So let's dive into that. Why you should trust yourself. First of all, if you don't trust yourself, why other people should trust you? And second of all, trust is a crucial thing, especially trusting in yourself, for building your imaginary house. Trusting yourself is a base for that house. If you're gonna put the bricks and if you're gonna pour them with trusting yourself, everything's gonna be fine. Then you can build the next layer, trusting other people. But if there is no trust in yourself, you're gonna have these holes left right there. So if you're gonna try to pour on the level of trusting other people that trust, it will all leak into that holes, right? And that's why we want to build that trust inside of us. The point is not to find the person you trust, but to trust yourself so fiercely that you don't have any fear holding you back from trusting other people. Because no matter what the next move of a person will be, you trust yourself because you know that you're gonna be just fine. No matter what's gonna happen, you know that it may hurt you, but you will get back on track. You will take care of yourself. You will give yourself your love. You will give yourself your support. That's why trusting in yourself is so crucial, because it takes away the fear inside of you for falling and not getting up again. Think about the trust game. When people ask you to fall on their arms, why do you think people fall? Because they really, really trust those people? Yes, for sure, you're gonna catch me. Deep down, unconsciously, you know that even if you're gonna fall, you will be able to get up. And that's how you're supposed to think in everyday life, not only in that game. And as soon as you take control of your emotional well-being from other people and take control of it, not a lot of things get you off track. Just because you know yourself, you are confident that no matter what, you're gonna be there for yourself. And as soon as you're gonna take that responsibility off, more people will be drawn to you, because I don't chase, I attract. What that means is, in everyday life, all people have their problems to go through. They have a lot of responsibility. And if you come to them and you put the responsibility on them for your emotions, for your feelings, for valuing yourself, am I worthy? Do I deserve this? Can I trust you? Can you trust me? As soon as you do this, people get scared because they have a lot of responsibility in their own life. They don't want to be responsible for saying whether you're worth something or not, because it's not even paying bills and taxes. It's another level of responsibility when you are responsible for valuing someone else's worth. And so less responsibilities you put on people, less detachment you have with them, and more they will be drawn to you because they don't feel like they own you anything. But also, trust no one does not mean that you should be suspicious of every single thing that a person does. Or on the contrary, you don't have to blindly believe anything they do or say. It's about being here and now, observing, taking into account words, actions, and context. And if you see a red flag, you can leave. You can trust yourself enough that you will be able to admit when something is wrong, when the energy is off, when that person is manipulating you, no matter how much you love them. And you can trust yourself to leave no matter what. And that's the hard part. I don't think a lot of people want to hear that. A lot of times they are the reason for their own suffering. Ask yourself, what role am I playing in my own suffering? You see, I don't think that this world, this life, this universe want to hurt us. That's not its purpose. Yes, there are definitely some cases when people are just really good, but that one click and something is off. All the words, all the actions, I couldn't see anything. Such a green flag, but then something went off. Yes, for sure, there are cases like this. But let's be honest. Most of the cases, it's when You were giving 101 chances to see that that person was a red flag. That person was actually about to hurt you. The words that they said, the actions that they did, the context, how they behaved without you, with you. Let's be honest, most of the times you can see the sign, but do you trust yourself that you can leave that person, no matter how much you love them? For you, it's better to put responsibility on them and say, hey, look, I have trust in you. So don't even try to put me down. Don't even try to give up on me, because I trust you. And then as soon as you do something wrong, you're like, damn, you're a villain in this story. I gave you my trust and you put it in trash. Don't even try to be delusional to yourself and say, I didn't see they were like angels. You made them like this, right? You made them like this in your head. Just in case. I'm just asking in case. Are you sure that you didn't see anything? Or you make yourself think that you didn't see anything? The key to that trust is to deal what you have in the moment with all of the information gathered from the past, which includes your plans for the future and your past experience with that person. Not looking into the future that you want to have, that you are creating all those illusions in your head. It's about trusting yourself to see those red flags, to define them, to admit them, and to be able to, show up less than you have to. The key is to trust yourself and to get back on track if something goes wrong. Not to punish yourself for believing in someone else's actions or words. Because let's be honest, it is very easy to lie in these words. And you cannot do anything about that fact. And you cannot make everyone tell you the truth or get rid of all of the lies in this world. Lying with words is the easiest part. But sometimes body shows that. And there is something wrong about the quote, actions speak louder than words. Because sometimes our actions are the results of our impulses, our desires, and a momentum. So it's not always about actions. Sometimes it's not about listening to other people and observing them, but being in tune with yourself, and everything else will be aligned. Why you should trust your intuition? Intuition is not, like some just knowing out of nowhere. Intuition is part of just being in tune with yourself, with your values, with everything that you know about yourself. But also, throughout all your life, you gather a lot of information from your life experience, from everything that you've been through, from all the movies that you watched, from all the situation that you saw that happened to other people, from all the music you listen. You see, you're a collection of everything that happened to you, and your conscious mind does not remember that, but your body keeps the score. Your subconscious mind remembers everything. And so your intuition is literally all that knowledge gathered together. And when you see a certain situation, subconscious mind lists everything that you've been through and chooses the possible things that can happen, most likely because of all the information that you know, because of everything that you experienced. So for example, if you see a person and they're like said something that you're like, I think something is off here, or did something, and you're like questioning yourself, it's because it's not like your intuition is wrong. No, your intuition is trying to tell you something because you probably saw this experience happen in the past, and in the past it was not a pleasant experience, and your intuition is like, I don't think that's a good thing. It could have happened in the movie, or to your friend, or you just heard a song about it, or just a random story. It's not only about your negative past experience, and that's why it's so important to trust your intuition, because it's not just something that came from above. Partly, but also a big part of that is everything that you know and that you learn by being in this world. And that's why intuition never lies, at least my intuition. Every time I had intuition, I was like, something is off here. I don't feel like the energy is right. It was always right. I don't know how. Once Kipling said that women's intuition is sometimes more certain than men's knowing. So keep that in mind. But for example, you're like, okay, I'm with a person and they cheated on me. I never trusted them and this happened. I never questioned trust in that person. I was enjoying every moment and that happened. It's not only about them again. It's about you trusting yourself. Do you trust yourself? To leave, to admit that it happened, to call that person on their own bullshit, to forgive, to get back on track, to take care of yourself and get the love back, to admit that you could have seen it coming. You see, it's not about the person cheating on you the first time or cheating on you again and again. It's about, what do you allow in your life? Do you trust yourself that you can set boundaries? And if those boundaries will be crossed, you will be able to show up for yourself and protect yourself and even leave if that's what it's needed. That's why it's important to trust yourself. And that's why sometimes you don't even have to think about trusting someone, just because you know that, hey, I'm giving you 100% of my energy. Whatever you're going to reciprocate, I'm going to give it back to you. And if by any chance you're going to do me wrong, I'm whether canceling my energy to a 0 or I'm lowering that to 50, 25, 10, minus 11, if that's what that situation is asking you for. Trusting no one does not mean that you should distrust someone or, on the contrary, believe everything they say because you are so there. No, there is still place for reassurance and investing time and energy and effort. I just think what that means is decentering trust in people and putting yourself in that center. So you're just like the sun. You're like in the middle, and all the sunbeams coming from you are trust to everyone else and anything else. Trust no one does not make anyone good or bad. It is simply a statement that means that every day you choose how much and what to show to other people. And if someone shows you that they are not worthy of your time and energy and effort, you drop your energy to 0. This world is a constant change, and it is hard to keep up with everything. And sometimes you just want this stability. You just want that peace. You just want at least someone to be there for you tomorrow. You just want that. This is something that you just have to accept and be like, okay, if I trusted them the day before yesterday and today, I can trust them. I know that. I'm gonna share my dreams with them. I'm gonna share my passion with them. I'm gonna share my biggest secrets and my biggest fears with them. I'm gonna share how much I love them and how much I don't want to miss them and lose them. But what that also means that tomorrow, if they show you something wrong, you are allowed to change as well. You are allowed to question them. You are allowed to ask them for more reassurance, for more information, for more investment from their part. And if they're not giving it to you, you are allowed to also change and leave. And you see, it's always like that. Love involves the risk to get hurt. And the more love there is, the more risk there is, and the more painful it will be to fall. If you don't trust yourself enough that you're strong, that you can be there for yourself, you can settle for just enough love to cuddle at night with someone. You can have no love at all if you don't trust your ability to bounce back. Or you can trust yourself, this world, you can trust God, you can trust this universe so much that you're gonna give it all to love. It will involve a lot of risk to feel the pain. But you see, that's the point. If you trust yourself, you're gonna stop at the point when someone shows you that they are not worth that. What role are you playing in your own suffering? You see, you cannot trust someone overnight, right? It takes time to build that. It takes a lot of time and effort and energy. So if the situation was that painful, are you sure you did not miss any signs? Are you sure that that person that was actually toxic and manipulating you and playing the victim was not showing you the signs before that? You cannot blame love for that. And you don't have to blame yourself. You can just be like, okay, next time I'm gonna get into something like this, I know that I can trust myself to see this before even getting to this painful part. You have to change your perception of the world, that is a dangerous place and there are only a few people that can make you feel safe, to the thought that the world is a safe space for you. You will encounter some dangerous people, some, crazy adventures, but overall that's a safe space. You choose where to live, Every day you get plenty of choices. You choose to wake up, you choose to do what it takes for you to reach your dreams. You choose to stay with people and you choose to invest in them. You choose to trust them. And you choose if you want to settle for something or not. Personally, when I was a kid, I was very naive. I trusted everyone and I decided to see only good in people. only couldn't. It led me to a phobia of dogs because every time they run, they sit next to me. I think that they want to bite me, and I think that just they want to kill me, I don't trust them. Like, anytime I see a dog, I couldn't understand for a very long time why I'm so scared of them if I spent my first few years around dogs, stray dogs, and I was not afraid of them. I love them. And then all of a sudden, it like switches. It's a crazy phobia. Right now, I'm trying to be like, it's a dog. They don't want to bite you. But only like some time ago, I realized why I'm so afraid of them. Because they remind me of people. Anyone that comes to me, I think that they're going to bite me. And that's why I was trying to run away. It took me a long time to get to the point when I'm like, you know what? I see good in you again. No matter what you're gonna do to me, I'm gonna always see good in you just because your actions speak who you are, not who I am. And my actions speak who I am, not who you are. So if you cheated on me, that means that you're a cheater. Doesn't, nothing about me. If you lied to me, that means that you're a liar. Doesn't have to do anything with me. Yes, it's gonna hurt. For sure, you're gonna lose some people if you're gonna be like this. But do you want to keep those people? Like, whether you trust them or not, you're still gonna lose them, right? For the past year, I do not regret it. Because again, when I think back and I'm like, damn, I was good to people. And you know what? That just means that I'm a good person. Doesn't mean that I love them so much. Doesn't mean that they are like, oh my God, they're gods in someone's eye and I just treated them so well. No, it means that I'm a good person. As soon as I change that mindset, it is easier to not just trust, but to open up to people. It's like I open up to you based on whatever you show me throughout time. I'm constantly collecting information. And I don't do. My intuition does. And as soon as my intuition is like, ooh, something is wrong here, I'm like, okay, I trust you because you know a lot of stuff. You've been through a lot. And I just back up and do me all over again. That's a very nice feeling to be the love in your life. And you know what? Love always finds its way back to you. No matter what. No matter how. No matter who gonna give it to you or what gonna give it to you. It's gonna always come back. That's why you should never stop loving. I'm not saying loving that one person, Yeah, them probably you should stop loving. But you should never stop doing things from love and not for love. I hope this talk opened your eyes to something new and made you think. Because I think that's the main thing about all the social media. It should make you think on your own. Filter it through your experience, through your life. Does not take anything so personally. Just filter it. Okay, what can I get from it? What can I not? I hope it will really make you think and just have some new perspectives in your life that's gonna make your life easier and better. Don't forget to be awesome. Love you so much. Bye.